town. This on that quiet storm, T-O-N-Y, top of New York with a pitchfork.
Hey, I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights just to hit the studio. Now I'm eating steak and shrimp, I ain't eating sloppy Joe. Looking to the mirror, flexing now and in his glow. Bust off like a welcome to the rodeo. Shorty wanna me cousin wearing gold. I came up and made it happen, now it's by the stove. Big inside this case is once do me dirty, I'ma find you lay your out on the floor. 19 with a I got rich by myself, rather do this alone. I wasn't.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with Ryan Tannehill and the visiting Miami Dolphins. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Darnold. And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. William Hayes able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
All right, now, look at 56. Look at...
Darnold now to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Raekwon McMillan in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long.
Gone! Detroit!
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Darren Lee there to get him down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
On the right side open is Gesicki. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Now Tannehill. He dumps it off to Drake. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now a first carry for the former Cleveland Brown, Isaiah Crowell. Even with the nice move, can't go very far. Stopped short of the 30. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Cameron Wake makes plays like that look simple because I think he plays with excellent leverage. Really does a nice job of being lower than the offensive guys trying to block him and gets underneath them and goes up and down the line of scrimmage to make those types of plays.
And kept him to a short run play there. Herndon's got it complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Sometimes it seems like a tough world out there. Many thought Sam Darnold would go #1 overall to the Browns, and he fell to #3 to the New York Jets. I think he fell to a great situation. He gets to go to New York with a rebuilding team, take over the job right then and there. And while many were expecting Broadway Baker Mayfield, instead, they got sudden Sam Darnold, and I think the Jets fans will be very happy to have him.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's throwing them in the offensive backfield.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Lucky 56.
A 1st down carry now for Crowell. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. The defensive end, Cameron Wake, brings him down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 2nd down, Darnold. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Call it a gain of 5, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout called. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. They'll try to run for it with Crowell. 20 before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
With Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Jets in position. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They run with a rookie from Virginia State, Trenton Cannon. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Darnold from the gun. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there and sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. At the 16-yard line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. Going to look deep for Wilson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And it's fielded at the 34. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives. And
I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. He's got Curse. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. A little tough on the secondary there. In zone defensively. Quarterback had time to survey and find a spot.
And if you want to change things up and put a little more pressure on him, you can go to man coverage. Everyone matches up and send more pressure. But you can also do it out of zone coverage if you're worried about what's going to happen on your back end. Send someone else, drop someone else out of the line. The old zone blitz could come into play to try and get that pressure on the quarterback.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11.
Here we go.
Darnold to throw again. Hauled in by Anderson, left side. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and the nose of the football. Here's a give to Crowell. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
On 1st down, it's Darnold. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10, right at the 30. Drake will start the drive on the ground. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this short timeout. On 2nd down, here's Tannehill. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
And he's got room. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Miami 1st down, that one going for a gain of 11. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st down, Drake. And down to the 36-yard line here. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
To throw on 2nd down is Tannehill. They go with a screen to Gore. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
On 3rd and short, Drake. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Tannehill. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Back to the air, Tannehill on 2nd down. And he fends him off. Dancing to his left. Buying time to his left. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10. To throw is Tannehill. And he finds Stills, complete. Tannehill finding Stills, and it's a Dolphin first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times.
And Stills has got it. Touchdown, Miami. Kenny Stills as the first half is winding down. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. It's caught on the left side by Kurz. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A final shot before the break. Darnold. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Tannehill. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Jamal Adams, their #1 pick a year ago, there on the coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atoned for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Back to throw, Darnold. And his throw is incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue, line it.
2nd down and 10, Darnold. That's complete over the middle to Anderson. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Call it a pickup of 7, and it's a 2nd down.
Over! Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Again, Darnold. A little dump off for Crowell. He finds some open field here. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, Darnold. And a hit turned it over the middle. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
To the air again, Darnold. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Kiko Alonso. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now it's Tannehill. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Dolphins on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Tannehill. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Drops it underneath to Gore. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 10 more there and another first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Tannehill now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Back now here on EA Sports. Tannehill on the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Draw play. Tannehill gives to Drake. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Now Tannehill. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 23 yards on the play. Tannehill now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Counter play, Drake. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. Puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Here's Tannehill. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt. Obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
New York set to take the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again, the 25, 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Back to the air, Darnold on 2nd down. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown. And frankly, that should have been enough. Through an opening, and there he goes. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Here's Darnold. That there, the first NFL touchdown pass for Sam Darnold, as his guys are back within a single score. Jason Myers now for the extra point. Myers connects on the PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Here's Myers now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains.
They've got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain of 39 that time. Tannehill appears to be as good as new here in 2018 as he brings the Dolphins up on first down. Drake off the give from Tannehill. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. It's Steve McClendon that time who winds up getting him down. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gore. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. And Forbath will put this one through. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now out come the Jets. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Detroit!
Darnold now to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Oh, yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now it's Darnold. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Robert Quinn in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, Looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah. He needs better protection, that's for sure. And that is caught. He's got his running back downfield. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now Darnold. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Right back to Dre. He had a great strong move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Miami, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll return home next week to take on the Oakland Raiders. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.